Lisa was second in average, qualifying with 212.47. That's huge for having a lack of carry in a round or two.
Marianne 265 for a high game. Not a lot of high games this week. And there's the 710.
Again.
Marianne talked to us about that she saw a lot of 710s this week.
But that was physically a great shot. Timing looks good. The rotation on the ball is good. It didn't look any different from her previous strikes on the right lane, but Dee Dee left it on that lane. Carolyn almost left one on that lane, so.
Okay, so obviously disappointed, didn't get either pin. You always want to try to get the one. She obviously was attempting to get at least one pin on that shot. Right now she trails by 24 pins as she steps up in the 7th frame. She wanted to thank her caddy. She had Sarah Cox caddying for her, and Sarah has done that for several years here. She's become a fine young lady. Wow. Looks like 19 is beginning to be a little bit tricky as she tried to move. Now she's coming up light.
Definitely better projection like the last shot on 19. But now the ball's projecting too far right. As you can see, goes way out to 10 and then doesn't come back quick enough. She leaves the bucket, which again isn't an easy spare. Switches to the plastic ball.
Wow. And that's unusual with the sleeper behind, the double wood, to use a spare ball.
You can see if you don't hit it dead on accurate going straight at it, your ball most of the time will deflect and you're going to leave that back pin. Sometimes it's better to shoot that spare at a little bit more of an angle and go right at it.
Pick, 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 pick.
It's a big change right here, but coming up light, leaving the 2-8, and it looks like there's some transition going on, and they're both struggling right now at this point in time.
This is where ball speed's going to come into play. Surface on your ball, whether you're going to choose a ball that has shine on it or a little more surface and move deeper, or take a shinier ball and just soften up your ball speed. This is the transition we talk about every week, and the girls are going to have to make an adjustment.
Nope. Get back.
Oh, she said no, but she thought she missed that spare. And that ball took a left turn.
This was Lisa's first shot on lane 20. You can see she's laying the ball down when it goes through the arrows around 21, 22.
Good shot. Good shot.
Coming up high, they're leaving the 4-7.
And then her second shot on lane 20. You can see where it skids in that oil and it never recovers. And only leaving the 2-8 chance. She almost had the 2-7-8, which would have been a more difficult spare to pick up. Lisa Bishop also uses a plastic ball, another great spare shooter.
Talked about that this is our 8th time returning to Terre Haute. You see Lisa Bishop up by 31 pins. There's the champions in the past years that we've been here, never a repeat champion. Lisa Bishop is the first one, well, the only one tonight that has an opportunity to become the first repeat champion here in Terre Haute.
Another great shot by Marianne on lane 20. 20 is not the problem. If she could conquer 19 and get herself a double, she'd be right back in this match.
She trails right now by 31 pins. She can take it to 21 with the strike here, which would be a big setup in the 9th frame. She's cashed in all 3 events this year, but it's her first show.
Jan, a big shot. Came up a little light, but toppled over the 8-pin. That was huge.
That was major. She pulled the sheet out from under those pins.
Well, she definitely moved a little right, kept the ball on line, didn't overthrow it through the break point, and allowed it to recover. That's exactly what she wanted. Back in the game.
She is. Marianne could go off the sheet for a 201. Lisa Bishop will need to fill 20 each of the next 2 frames, and that 7 count won't let her do it. So Lisa Bishop will now not be able to shut out Marianne-DiRupo.
And I'm shocked that she went that high on lane 20, because 20 has been the more consistent lane.
And I will correct, since she didn't fill 20 a frame, she would need to double in the 10th to shut out Marianne-DiRupo.
Oh, boy.
Again, she doubted making that spare.
Yes.
She had it.
She's definitely not sure of what's... That tells me she's unsure of what's going on out on the lane, because she doesn't know what her ball's going to do. What do you do when you get in that situation?
You do whatever's comfortable, because comfort is key number 1. If you're not loose and comfortable, you can't read your ball reaction. So she's got to get loose and comfortable. Make a good shot no matter what the result.
It's a good one, baby. Come on, Carrie.
Oh, and it fell forward. She needed a double here to secure the match.
Now, she was saying that that was a good shot when she let it go, and she was right. She kept it in a little bit. It probably needed to project a little bit further right, but a very good shot for the first shot in the 10th. Came up just a little high, left the 4-7, the 7-pin falls. We saw a lot of 4-pins this week, too. Easy spare for Lisa.
Okay, she'll be looking to get as many pins as possible. She strikes this, she'll have a 198. As I said, Marianne-DiRupo could strike out for 201.
I do believe Marianne is throwing 2 different balls. One ball on 20 and a different ball on 19. Well, that was 10 times better shot for the fill, and that was important. You have to fill the pins.
So Marianne-DiRupo will step up in the 10th. She'll be forced to throw 2 strikes and 8 pins if she wants to advance to take on her roommate in the championship match.
And she's on the good lane. Lane 20 has been a good lane for her.
Wow, that was a wonderful shot.
She couldn't have thrown that any better.
Shot, Mare.
Lisa Bishop was looking away at the time.
This was perfect start to finish. Good ball speed, good projection. She stayed down on her shot. It's hard to do that sometimes when you're under pressure. She did it. She got a bad break.
So Lisa Bishop will advance to the championship match as she defeated Marianne-DiRupo. But first, when we return, one of your questions will be answered.